What's up, fish heads? Welcome to another fish head live stream. We're just hanging out here by the campfire, about to cook up some food. We got a delicious recipe that we're going to try out. We have never tried this recipe before, so it's kind of new. We'll see what happens. Shrimp ramen is what we're doing with real shrimp and real shrimp ramen noodles in the cup noodles. We also have Cajun crawfish to cook up, which is what I'm going to start first. I got the little camp stove right down here. The water is going to take the longest of anything, so I'm going to get that boiling right now. We'll just hang out here by the fire for a few minutes. Once that gets to a boil, I can put the Cajun seasoning and the crawfish and everything in there, and then we'll be well on our way to making this recipe, and it should be delicious. Always fun to try new stuff, and we're on vacation, so if this turns out like garbage, we'll just eat garbage. I'm kidding, guys. I know this is going to be good. But I got a pot of water ready to go. The magic pot already. I'll just fire up the camp stove here. There we go. Let's get this water up to a boil. If you were with us a little while ago in our last live stream, you know that we got skunked again fishing. This lake is not our friend. When it comes to fishing, we haven't figured any of it out yet. Thought we had a chance finding some trout 2 days ago. Had some bites, saw the trout. Still no trout in the boat. But that's all right. Again, we're on vacation, so it's all good. We're just having fun out here anyways. Doesn't really matter if we catch fish, although it would be amazing to cook some trout over the fire. Bought some really good oak firewood, not fireworks, oak firewood, so that once we do catch trout, we can do an awesome fire roasted trout recipe. Don't have the trout yet, so we can't do it, but that's okay. We got this other recipe to do tonight, and we still have some more time. John C., hello to you. Appreciate you coming in, hanging out by the campfire, cooking up some food. The camp stove is right down here. Don't really need the lighter anymore. It's already going. Well, I will need the lighter because I'm also going to be making shrimp. So I have to light the other grill here in a second. The other side of the grill, anyway. We got the good old crawfish, shrimp, and crab boil. Living Life Daily with Jay. We're making shrimp ramen with real shrimp, and we're doing some crawfish. Cajun style crawfish. So we just kind of have to hang out and wait for this water to come to a boil. I've got the other water right here for the ramen. My little coffee maker. You just take the innards out. Don't have to make coffee. You can just boil water in it if you want. Perfect little kettle for the camp stove. And since we got a campfire going, I figured we'd use the camp stove and the camp kettle and even our little camp pot. We've used this many times. These things you can buy at Walmart. They're not expensive. We have used the heck out of ours. Cooked on the fire with it and everything, and it's still working perfect. So we're just going to go ahead and wait for this water to boil. I'm going to season it up in just a minute, like when it starts to simmer a little bit. El Waco 10 in the house. Appreciate you coming in. Hello to you. Beautiful day out on the lake today, even though we did not catch any fish, but that's all right. Tomorrow we're going to catch fish. I know it. I feel like I've learned enough about this lake now. Maybe to go out there and catch some fish tomorrow. The plan is to do the fire roasted trout. Going to be amazing. Favorite place to fish? Riley, appreciate you coming in. That is a super hard question to answer. We live in Florida. Right now, we're up in North Georgia in the mountains, fishing at Lake Blue Ridge. Not having a lot of luck here. I think the Gulf. We live in Florida, in Tallahassee, so we're like 30 minutes from the Gulf. We fish there a lot. We always catch fish. Probably my favorite spot. I fish down in the Keys, the Atlantic side. We like fishing like North Florida, Jacksonville, Amelia Island, all that. We are not used to this kind of fishing at all. It's totally different from what we normally do. John C., super deep. We were cruising across the lake today and it gets up to like 135 feet. We're not quite ready for the food yet. Got to wait for the crawfish water to boil. That's going to take the longest. And then I'll fire up the shrimp after that. Just leave it there. Mama Fishhead's helping me out, bringing the ingredients out for me. Sweet, Riley. I am also from New England, born in Connecticut. Kareem, good to have you in. Appreciate you coming in here. Appreciate everybody for joining us. If you haven't hit that like button yet, do it. Hit the like button. For the mustache. This is a 1 week stash, guys. When we get back home, shaving it off, letting the beard grow back in, it'll all be level again. But for this week, I thought it would be fun just to go ahead and do the stash. We've been live a bunch so far this week. Everyone's like, what the heck is that? Even looking at myself in the camera, it's just weird. I've never just had a mustache. I'm trying to get used to it. Yeah, the Gulf is sweet. Those are my spots. Panacea, St. Mark's, Carabel. I live in Tallahassee, so those are pretty much my closest saltwater spots to go. Appreciate that, Kareem. Welcome to the Fishhead fam. We'll try to keep you entertained. The whole fam is not out here with me. It's just me hanging out by the fire, cooking up dinner. They're all kind of like laying out from the day. We had a busy, long day today, too. So they're just kind of relaxing, waiting for me to make the food. Fishing with Cameron. Appreciate you coming in. Gary from Fort Myers. Heck yeah. Another Floridian in the house. Charles Darwion in the house. Appreciate you coming in. Hit that like button, guys. Double tap your phone screen real quick. Everybody do it right now. Ready? I'm going to look at the number. Ready, set, go. 1. 1. One person did it. What are you guys watching? 2 people. Yes. All right. We got to get to 100 likes in this live stream so I can keep this fire burning. Heck yeah, Gary. Appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. Adept Angling in the house. Oh, smoked brisket sounds incredible, actually. We want to do a fire roasted trout while we're up here in the mountains, but we can't catch any trout. If anyone knows the secret of this lake to be able to catch trout here, we've been like up and down where it turns into the river by the dam in some cuts where we had local knowledge given to us. Cannot get on any. But that's okay. Live and learn. Smurfy, appreciate you coming in. What's up, Smurfy? From Oahu. Heck yeah. All right, Kareem, appreciate you coming in. Yeah, it's been tough, but we're still having fun. We come on these vacations. Fishing is like the number 2 thing. It's really a family vacation. We're here to have fun. We fish a lot. We brought the boat with us this time. But if we don't catch any fish, it ain't the end of the world. Oh yeah, some freshwater trout is delicious. We love saltwater trout too. Speckled sea trout's one of my favorite, but we really want a rainbow or a brown trout, and both of those are supposed to be in this lake right here. Oh, you didn't bring your rods. Dang it. Chowie in the house. Yeah, Smurfy, we're having a great time. We went into town today, had lunch, played mini golf, recorded a lot of it. So after we're back home, like next week, when I get the video all edited up, all that stuff will be in there. All we've been doing on our live streams is the fishing, and I had one other campfire cookout a couple nights ago. But when we get back home, I got a bunch of stuff to edit, and we'll have a sweet video about this trip. This is just the Verbo house that we're at, their fire pit. It is not bad. It's like stacked slate that's cemented together, and there's like a big clay fire pit bowl inside of it. I guess because you don't want to burn a fire directly inside of concrete and rocks because they can explode if there's moisture in them. But yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, Gary, we are spending a bunch of time. We're having a blast. It's definitely a good trip. We've done mini golf in multiple videos. If you go back and watch like most of our adventure videos, like Hilton Head, Connecticut, uh, Destin, Amelia Island, like whenever we go on a destination trip, we pretty much always find a mini golf course and play mini golf. Like just something else to mix in with the fun, and it's awesome. Yeah, you're not supposed to make a concrete fire pit because it can hold moisture, and the fire heats it up so fast that the moisture expands and it can like explode the concrete. Same with rocks. They tell you like don't get rocks out of the lake or out of the river and make a fire ring with it because if they get hot enough and the rocks have moisture in them, they can like blast open. It's never happened to me, but I've definitely heard that a bunch of times, and I always remember like, okay, we don't want to make a fire pit out of wet rocks. Maverick, new in the house. Appreciate you coming in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We'll keep you entertained, I promise. Anyone who's into fishing, camping, cooking, but mainly if you think about fishing a lot, you're a fish head, so you should be subscribed to fish head videos. That's what we started the channel about, just being into fishing a lot. Even though sometimes we don't catch anything, like this week. Fishy things. Appreciate you coming in. Fishy things. Heck yeah. Mateo, you say it. There you go, fishy things. You are a fish head. You're part of the fish head fam. Comment one more time and you'll see it, buddy. You have had rocks explode. I've heard it and seen it a bunch, but I didn't know, it's like a one of those myths or not, but I've never done it and I don't do it just because of that. Yep. That's why they call it fishing. Colson Barnes in the house. Appreciate you coming in. How about you? I don't know. How about you? How you doing? Having a good night? Maverick, same here. Started fishing all the time when I was a kid. I like begged my parents to fish. You've done river rocks? Heck yeah. I'm trying to like sort of keep an eye on the fire here. Looking this way. It's looking pretty healthy. I might adjust it here in a second. A very mild explosion. I don't even want to take my chances. Colson Barnes, just hang out with us. You'll definitely be part of the fam. I generally don't just throw wrenches like immediately, but hang out, chat a little bit, make sure we're not a spammer or anything, and then you get it. Adept angling, you got it, buddy. Mateo came in looking a little suspect, but he's talking fishing and camping, so there you go. All right, Colson, we'll get you. Ricky Fields from Cancun, Mexico. Heck yeah. I'll embarrass myself real quick. Don't have any Corona. There we go. We're drinking the lower end stuff here. Yeah, it is kind of like we had someone come in this morning. The first thing they said was, "Can I please have a wrench?" Like, dude, hold on a minute. Yeah. But yes, we didn't spend a lot of money on any beers here. Who's your dad, Maverick? Ah, sorry to hear that. Well, shout out to Maverick's dad. Appreciate the service for sure. James. Heck yeah. James Wilson. Shout out to James Wilson for his service. All right, it's starting to come to a simmer here, guys. To put the crawfish, shrimp, crab boil seasoning in the water. Johnny in the house. Appreciate you coming in, Johnny. No s'mores tonight. I'm cooking up shrimp ramen with real shrimp and Cajun crawfish. If you watch our channel regularly, you know that like half the time we do a campfire, we're making Cajun crawfish. Right now we're in Georgia, North Georgia, Blue Ridge. Bass Face Fishing. There's Dylan in the house. What's up, dude? Just put the seasoning in the water. Dylan loves crawfish. Lucas loves crawfish, our boys. If you're not familiar to our channel, hit that subscribe button because we got tons of videos out there. We make crawfish a lot. We've never tried the shrimp ramen recipe that we're about to do. Not once, but we've eaten the Cajun crawfish in like a dozen of our videos. One of our favorites. And that water is about to come to a boil. As soon as the water comes to a boil, we put the crawfish in, let it come back up to a boil, and then as soon as it does, we shut it off, and then you wait 20 minutes for all the deliciousness to absorb in there, and then ready to eat. Pretty much as soon as I do that, I'll shut it off. I'll get the shrimp and the ramen going, and then we have pretty much everything coming out at the same time. Yep, Dylan loves it. Grampy Fishhead, what's up, Dad? Appreciate you coming in. Doing a little fireside cooking again. Cajun crawfish and shrimp ramen with real shrimp. We're going to use the shrimp flavored ramen that comes in the cups, but we're also cooking shrimp, or I am. I'm also cooking shrimp here on the camp stove. I'm going to like cut them in half and then mix them in with the ramen. So we'll have actual real shrimp ramen. Beans and hot dogs. Can't really go wrong with that though. It's pretty good. All right, I'm going to go find the crawfish because it is getting close. Real close for time to put those on. You can think of the cool YouTube name for them. Me and Dylan actually came up with this channel. Like, pretty much teamworked it. But I'm going to go grab the crawfish because it is coming back up to a boil. I'm going to get them started here. Chili dogs is good. Just waiting for the water to boil. Doing everything. All right, we cheated a little bit this time, guys. We got the frozen Louisiana crawfish. We've used these many times. Easy to use. And they're basically already like seasoned. So all we got to do is just cook them, add our little bit of seasoning to it, and then that's it. 20 minutes later, they're done. You guys ever go to like Circle K, the gas station hot dogs, and you put the chili and the cheese from the nacho machine on there? Those are pretty decent. I mean, terrible for you, but a gas station hot dog, and then you go over to the chili machine and you pump the chili on there, pump the nacho cheese on there. Delicious. It's not bad, fishy things. It's worth it, and they're not that expensive. All right, it's up to a boil. Time to put them in there. So because they're frozen still, it automatically stops the water from boiling. But we just wait a few minutes. Water will boil again. As soon as the water boils again, we just shut the heat off, take them off, and let them sit for 20 minutes, and they absorb all the deliciousness from that seasoning that we put in there. Using all my cool little camp tools this week, like my tongs, folding tongs, guys. You get these guys, you can fold them up real small. They hardly take up any space, or you can use them as tiny tongs if you want. Same thing with the spatula. Probably be using the tongs for the crawfish and the spatula for the shrimp. Fun fishing adventures. Scotty, what's up? Appreciate you coming in. I don't think they would work good for bait because they're cooked and seasoned and all that. I don't know if I'd spend much time trying that, but you never know. Maybe catfish. Catfish like some weird stuff. Like if you broke the tails off and de-shelled them and used like catfish tail meat, crawfish tail meat, I bet you could probably catch a catfish on that. Ezra in the house. Appreciate you coming in, Ezra. Welcome in. Just hanging out here by the fire, doing a little cooking. Fire's actually looking a little bit low. Let me go tend to the fire, too. There's Justin McMullen from Michigan in the house. Appreciate you coming in. Justin got skunked again today. You've been with us on this trip. You know our pain. We can't catch a trout. I'm going to have to go to like Pennsylvania where they just like stock the ton out of the creeks and everything, and like find somebody like Bob from Anyfin and just be like, Bob, take me to the spot and show me how to fish and where they are. It's getting to that point, guys. Let me grab some wood to throw on the fire. Just using up my good firewood that I have. Because we're not catching any trout to cook over the good wood. Man, I wish we had brought some bluegill from home. Because there are channel catfish in this lake. At the very least, we could just be catching some channel cats. Just some chunked up bluegill sitting at the bottom. Could just let that sit out there and catch them easily. But we didn't bring any. Parker Fishing in the house. You're new. Heck yeah. Welcome to the Fish Head fam. Make sure you hit that subscribe button while you're here. That's going to burn good. Real good. Appreciate that, Parker. I'll check out your channel later. We'll get you back. You like to fish? Everybody that likes to fish is a fish head in my book. That's why we named our channel Fish Head Videos. Trying to unite the entire fish head universe. Fishing universe. It's been a long day, guys. Heck yeah. Yeah, that fire should be good now for a while. Crawfish should be coming back to a boil. I'm actually going to turn the heat up just a little bit more. Get that thing raging. Throw the lid on there. Take it off. Then we need to heat up the water for the ramen. And I'll saute up the shrimp. I got the camp pan and the kettle I showed you guys. This is already about that full of water. So all we got to do is get that hot for the ramen. Saute up the shrimp, and then we're done. By the time that's done, the crawfish should be ready too. Nick M's, fishing is nice. Love some fishing. Appreciate you coming in, Nick. Oh yeah, look at that fire blazing now. All right, let me grab my pan, make sure we got that ready. Got the shrimp all ready. And then we'll be ready to eat. I'll just show you guys everything as it's finishing up. And then I'll sign out because we got to take everything inside and feed the family tonight. We're getting a late dinner tonight. Yeah, this is a pretty sweet setup. We rented this cottage, man. This thing is awesome. I'll show you. We rented this cabin. It's a 3-bedroom cabin. One of my favorite things over here, we got a hot tub. We've been in that hot tub every night since we've been here. But it's all wood inside. And right there, that sign is the boundary of the national forest. So like our fire pit is 8 feet away from the national forest, and everything behind that is just awesome wild forest. Pretty pumped about this place actually. And the lake is beautiful too. We just can't figure out how to catch the fish in it. All right, we got the pan for the shrimp. Our old camping pan. I scoured it really good before we came here. It's still that beat up on the bottom just from sitting on fires and stuff, but the inside's still perfect. Yes, we will not burn it down. The hot tub is pretty sweet. Right now it's heated to 102. We'll be in there after dinner, I promise. Haven't tried chumming. I don't know the legality of chumming in Georgia. I know in Florida we can chum freshwater, but we can't chum saltwater. But we've been moving around so much, chumming really wouldn't help. We're like trying different spots. We've tried all the cuts and coves. We tried the dam. Dylan and I made like a 15-minute run earlier today and went down into the river. The water's just so deep, I don't really know how to fish it. We're trying like points and shallow edges and sandbars and like where the creeks are coming into the lake. We've tried a bunch of different stuff, just cannot find them. Zion in the house, appreciate you coming in. Appreciate you being here. We're just cooking up some deliciousness here by the fire. Those crawfish are about to start boiling again. As soon as they start boiling, put the lid on, take them off, cook up the shrimp ramen, and then we'll be done here in no time. Yeah, you're not fishing the rivers in Michigan? What I would love to find, and I see them in other people's YouTube videos, like in North Carolina, South Carolina, that little creek that's like 20, 30 feet wide. It's got some like rocks, there's some eddies, and you can actually move down the river. Dylan and I went last year to South Carolina, but there was so many down trees and like just impassable places. Like we would get in the river with our waders. We'd be able to go like 100 yards, but then we were just stuck. We'd have to get out of the river, like go downstream, get back in the river. But I see all these videos of these guys fly fishing on these beautiful little trout streams. I just don't know where they are. Yeah. Yeah, heavy, hard rushing water isn't that fun to fish. When I lived in Connecticut, there was this river, the Willimantic River, and we fished there for trout. We went there a lot for like opening day trout season. But if you went to this one spot where we went, where we usually would go, downstream from there, it was like much deeper and a bigger river. But as soon as you went upriver from where we were at, it was shallow and wadeable, and you could go quite a long distance wading. And when I went to Alaska, we went salmon and trout fishing in Alaska. We could wade the rivers for miles. But here, it's like, all right, you get in the water, and there's 47 trees laying across everything, in the water, over the water. You're like trying to go between trees and crawl over them. I'm having to lift Dylan up and like sit him on a tree so he can get over it to get to the next part. It's just more time trying to fish than actual fishing. All right, it's simmering, guys. I would say one more minute, this thing's going to be up, boiling, and then we take it off. Salmon fishing, yes. Haven't done that since Alaska, like 20 years ago. It's been a long time since I caught a salmon, but I did catch a ton of them when I was there. We actually shipped a bunch of salmon. We had them processed and shipped from Alaska to Florida. The bad thing is, like, they didn't package them properly or whatever. And when they got to Florida, like 90% of it was bad. I had to throw away almost all of it. I ate a little bit, but I was like really sketched out. It's like, is this going to be the one that gives me the salmonella? I don't want to get food poisoning from this rotted salmon. Eating bad fish is not on my list of to-do things. Come on, boil. A watched pot never boils, guys. Try not to look at it. I'm just not looking. But as soon as it does, taking it off. I've already got the pan on there. I got my cooking spray. I just brought some like olive oil cooking spray so the shrimp don't stick all over the pan. And then I'll throw those on. I'm just going to season those lightly with salt, pepper, and garlic powder. About one more minute till I put them on there. I know I said that a minute ago. This water is just refusing to come back up to a boil. But we have to wait till that water boils again. I got it as high as it'll go. No, I'll get it. I'm just about to put them on. Just about to. Mama Fishhead wants some shrimp. I'll go grab them so they're ready. Actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and put this water for the ramen on the other burner. We got a Coleman camp stove. Super convenient. But I can get that water hot, and then when the crawfish are done, I'll just switch it over to that one, and I'll do the shrimp on the one where the kettle is. There's the lighter. All right, it's going. Ooh. Some weird little pingy sound just happened. Get 1,000 subscribers by January 1st. Did you just start? I don't know how many subs you have right now. Oh, at 71? Okay. It's possible, definitely. You got to make some good videos, do some live streams. You can make it easy. It took us like 1.5 years to get to 1,000, but as soon as we got to 1,000, we went to like 3,000 in just a half a year. Jazzy J. The night is going excellently. Just doing a little cooking here next to the fire pit. Keeping the fire going, but I'm cooking over here. I'll try to show you guys what I'm making. We got the crawfish, and that's the water to make the ramen. And I'm gonna saute the shrimp with garlic, salt, and pepper, and then mix the shrimp in with the shrimp ramen that we're gonna cook. And that's our meal. Mama Fishhead already has some salad in there for us. We're also gonna have some salad with this delicious feast. Father and son, appreciate you coming in. Saw you in there earlier. We ended up with a big whopping 0 fish today. No fish. Parker, it's a challenge. If you're gonna do it, you gotta like sort of be serious about it. If you just post something every now and then, it's not gonna work. You gotta like be steady and consistent about it. All right, it's up to a boil, guys. It is boiling. Give them a quick mix, and then we can take them off. So all we needed was it for just come back to a boil, but it has. So now we can take them off. I hope the handles of the pot aren't going to burn my hands. Yeah, once a week. If you're doing long form videos, once a week is a really good goal. That is hot. All right, I'm going to try to do it with nothing on my hands. Real quick. Oh, okay. I got it off, but I don't want to put it on this wood here. I'm just going to set it down on the deck over here. It's concrete paver deck. All right, those are good to go. Put that water where the crawfish were. Don't need it to be quite that high anymore. Now we can throw the shrimp on. The camp pan. All right, we're keeping it kind of simple. We got the shrimp. I'm going to use this canola oil. Thought it was olive, but it's canola. Just to make sure the shrimp doesn't stick to the pan. And then all we're doing is salt, pepper, and garlic powder. I always put a lot on that camp pan because it's stainless and stuff always wants to stick to it. Shrimp smells nice and fresh. Get that sizzling. Black pepper. Sea salt. Don't want to overdo it. And a little bit of garlic powder. Man, that's hard to see in the light, huh? The goal is to not overpower the shrimp with seasoning. That way we can actually still taste it when it's mixed in with the shrimp ramen. Yes, listen to Parker, everybody. Like and subscribe. Skeeter, you are not new here, man. Appreciate you coming in, though. Doing a little cooking by the campfire, Skeeter. Unless you're a different Skeeter than the one I know now for a while. But I see your wrench, so I know you're not. Deliciousness. Yeah. Cheers to you. Look at this, Skeeter. Shrimp. Oh, I almost spilled it. All right, no more of that. All right, we are just now moments away from being done here. The water in the kettle should be nice and hot. I can put that in the cups of ramen here. Probably like 1 more minute. Shrimp only takes a couple minutes. So we're about to have this deliciousness. And it's getting kind of cold out, so perfect timing. Far East Coast. It is perfect. In Philadelphia. Sweet. Fishing with Bob and Steve tomorrow. We're still here in North Georgia trying to catch some trout at this river. I said earlier that I got to come up to Pennsylvania because it looks like all you guys catch trout all the time. We cannot catch trout. I don't know what our problem is, but the trout don't like us. Give these guys a quick little flip. Let them cook evenly. North Wisconsin from South Philly. Okay. May 9th, 10th, and 11th. That is not going to be possible for me, Skeeter. To get from Florida to Pennsylvania requires a bunch of planning, money, bunch of other stuff, taking time off work and everything. And because I'm doing this and we have our Hilton Head trip coming up in June, definitely no way I'm making it to Pennsylvania in May. But soon, eventually. Lake Glory Campground. Sweet. I'll watch it, but I can't make it. Probably catch a trout if I did come. Lived in the woods at an archery range. Sweet. Yeah, it's just a lot of effort to make a trip like that with short notice. Even with regular notice, but we also have a bunch of stuff planned after and before this, so eventually we'll make it up someday. I told Bob like a year ago that we were going to fish together. Still haven't made it up there. Oh man, this shrimp is smelling good. Starting to turn pink. Bunch of that crawfish water is down in the bottom of the camp stove, so I'll have to clean that out again. I think we got enough. Not quite enough heat for the ramen. I'll show you guys. You've seen these ramens at Walmart anytime you go. Good old shrimp flavored ramen, but with real shrimp in it this time. That is rough, a rough lifestyle. I've never lived in the woods with no license in a vehicle. I've never lived in the woods permanently, but I like staying in the woods a lot. Throw this cardboard into the fire real quick. A little extra fire never hurt anybody. Yeah, we're in North Georgia in the mountains right now. It is gorgeous. I'm a fan. I will come back at some point. I don't know if I'll try this lake again. I really like the area. We've been to the town of Blue Ridge a couple times now since we've been here. Like going to the restaurants, hanging out, played mini golf. It'll all be in the long form video, guys. So stay tuned for the long form video about this trip because it'll be pretty fun. All we've done live is the fishing stuff and a couple cooks here. All right, I'm gonna put the hot water in the ramen now. We don't need that heat anymore. Shrimp are 75% done. Just pour the hot water from this. Why does it not seem that hot? It's hot. All right. Everything is done other than the shrimp. Probably about 2 more minutes, that'll be done. Nico Arc. Never heard that question before. I guess you could. I was afraid driving through the mountains. Like last year, we went up to South Carolina, which isn't very far from here. But But I was like, when I was driving around this year, I overcame the fear of it quickly. Because, like, here there's cliffs right off the sides of the road and stuff too. But I guess I just overcame my fear of heights or whatever. I'm going to throw one more piece of wood on this fire so it stays going good while we're eating inside. I don't have a proper fire poker, guys. Those shrimp smell really good. Mario, no fish today. None. The big old goose egg. But that log should keep it going pretty good. Appreciate that, Far East. Come join us again soon. We go live pretty regularly. We put out pretty regular videos. I've been slower on the shorts lately because I felt like the shorts weren't helping us out really. Like, kind of hurting our channel actually. But I still like doing them, so I put them out once in a while. But definitely long form and live streams. Pretty regular. But yes, you have a good one. Appreciate you coming in. Appreciate you subscribing. Welcome to the Fishhead fam. We'll see you again soon. See you later. All right, these shrimp are ready, guys. So I'll take those off the heat. The ramen needs a few more seconds. I'll just turn the heat off for right now. Can you guys hear the Coleman grill going? Like, but everything's done. All we got to do is mix the ramen in with the shrimp. We need to get another container to take some of the shrimp off because we're not going to use all the shrimp. It is always good to learn new things. We always try something new. That's why we're up here trout fishing in Georgia. I don't know how to trout fish, but it's fun trying. How many you want, babe?
I don't know, however many, whatever you don't put in the ramen, put the rest in there.
Like half?
I guess, and Lucas might not want it in the ramen, and Dylan might not want it in the ramen.
Ask him.
Do you guys want the shrimp in the ramen or
I don't know how many to take out of the pot. Lucas said he wants it in. Whatever doesn't go in this bowl is getting mixed up with the ramen noodles.
they want it in?
Okay, so just yours?
So just a few for me.
Okay. I won't even pour it. I'll just take some out. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Let me give her the shrimp that we're not going to put in the ramen. All right, I'd say the ramen is probably soft by now. Oh yeah, it's ready. I'm just going to drain the excess water off so I can mix it in with the shrimp. Lynn, hello to you. Appreciate you coming in. We're making shrimp ramen and crawfish. The crawfish are ready. I'm about to put the ramen in with the cooked shrimp in this pan. Mix that all up, and then our recipe is done. We don't really need the water from the ramen for this recipe. Just good old cup noodles. Doing 2 of them. All right. They have these tiny little shrimps in them, but we got some nice large shrimp to add to it. We're out here by the fire in North Georgia at Blue Ridge Lake. We're on vacation. We don't live here. All right, there we go. Now we just mix this around. Get those shrimp incorporated with the noodles. I got a feeling this is going to be delicious, guys. A really good, easy, relatively inexpensive recipe. And we got the Cajun crawfish to go with it. There it is. Shrimp ramen with real shrimp. And since that is done, I'm going to go ahead and sign off now, guys, because I got to take everything inside so the family can eat. But I appreciate everybody for joining us tonight and earlier today during the fishing. We'll be back out in the morning fishing. Hopefully Dylan and I can show you guys a trout out of this lake. If not, we'll show you how we get skunked. We're pretty good at getting skunked. But thank you guys so much. It's not that cold here. It's maybe like 50, 52, something like that. Can't complain. Fire's nice. But thank you guys so much. I'm getting out of here. Y'all have a good evening. We'll see you in the next one. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. See you later. If I can hit the button.